Is this John?
Yes, this is.
John Marc Carr?
John Marc Carr.
Did you get a squirrel message?
Yes, a nut hit me on the head, and after I've been waiting on the other line for a while, for some reason we got disconnected. So a squirrel came to my terrace over here, hit me on the head with a nut, and now I'm here calling you.
So it actually worked.
Oh, I guess you channeled correctly.
When it's Halloween, it's time, of course, for the ghost stories to come out, and you are involved with the Fort Lauderdale Fire Station number 3. And apparently you understand what I'm going through because you're the guy who's on a first-name basis with the ghosts of the fire station.
Well, there's a couple of them, but Robert is the more strongest force out of the entire fire station that's over there. And so he wants himself to be known. But there's other entities that are inside of that place also. So.
And this is an old fire station in Fort Lauderdale.
Right. It was the first construction after the hurricane of September 18th of 1926. Frank Stranahan and also Francis Abeau designed the fire station. So it's pretty famous about its design because Francois Abeau was a very, very famous architect. So that's why it's still there. Otherwise, they probably would have torn it down. In 1940, Robert Leland Knight was working for the fire station, and on his second week working on the fire station, he jumped off the truck and he didn't have his rubber boots on, and he fell into a puddle with a live down wire, and he died on the site. And now he's been a ghost inside fire station number 3 ever since.
So, are you the founder of the Southeast Florida Ghost Research Project?
Yes, I was the founder in 1998, and I've been doing ghost research in the area since. I've been doing the Stranahan House, the River House Inn, a lot of the historical landmarks that are here that are haunted.
And the Stranahan House, of course, the oldest house in Fort Lauderdale, right down on the New River.
Right, it's the oldest that's still in its original foundations. Of course, the house of Ivy Stranahan and Frank Stranahan. Frank Stranahan committed suicide right in the river by throwing himself in the river.
So what's the deal with the ghost tour? You have a seance too.
Right. Well, the what is happening is that we're going to be having a ghost tour, and on the fire station at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, and the donation price is $15. It's a 45-minute ghost tour where you hear stories of about the firemen and the firewomen who were haunted at this location, and learn about the past and current paranormal research in the haunted historical landmark. Now, that's just the ghost tour part. Now, afterwards, once you get 10 o'clock, we're going to do our ghost hunt and seance, which you're going to be inside of a haunted environment for at least 3 hours, and we're going to have a seance where we're going to try to communicate with the ghost of Robert Leland Knight. So we also teach you how to do paranormal research inside of the place, and it's a good way for people who've seen it on television, who want to see it up close, and then for those people who've done it before and just want the opportunity to do the fire station number 3 also.
So when people do their tour, do they actually see and hear things in the background that, will actually do something? And
well,
what was that?
We're hoping for... I think that was Robert. Or maybe your squirrel. But Robert has made appearances during the seances as like a black shadow. He also will drain the energy out of the fire station, so he'll make the alarm go off. He'll make a ding sound after every answer that he tries to provide with us during the seance. It's very unusual, and it's one of the one time even a handprint from one of the other entities ended up on the wall. There's 2 little girls that died a block away. They died of smoke inhalation. Unfortunately, they didn't have the alarm systems that we have today. And unfortunately, when they died and stuff, they now are in the fire station forever. And one of them is a 4-year-old girl. And once in a while, we get a little 4-year-old handprint on the wall. Now, we got one on the wall. We got one on the picture one day. They were having a charity event for selling artwork and stuff like that. And it landed right on top of the framework. So it's kind of weird. So it's a very unusual situation. We only bring people into a situation where it's going to be safe for them. So this is not going to be a very, very overly scary type of situation, because we don't want people running out and saying that they got possessed or anything like that. But we just want to make sure that we provide a safe environment for people to do this type of stuff. So it's kind of unusual.
What's the what usually happens if you don't want it to be that intense, but one of these ghosts decide that it's up to them and not up to you? What happens then?
Well, we could break out the sage, which is a sage smoke, and you burn and stuff like that, and they don't like it dissipating in the atmosphere. A lot of times it changes their charges. I'm sorry, I'm talking a little bit scientific, but that's a way to try to get rid of a ghost that's inside your environment, is actually to use like sage smoke, and it's called smudging techniques and stuff. It's actually from the Native Americans a long time ago, how to get rid of negativity. When it comes to Robert and all the rest and stuff, they're really not that bad ghosts and stuff, so we really don't have much of a problem when it comes to them at the fire station. So we generally let them have rule. The most that I've gotten from Robert, because he doesn't like me, is that he flicks my ear. Like he'll ping the back of your ear. You ever have like a brother or sister go in the back of your ear and ping it? Well, he did that to me, and then he made everybody feel sort of like a tingling sensation from their shoulders to their feet, which is sort of like the same reaction as you get when you get electrocuted. But you're not going to feel the pain as that he did. You just get a numbing sensation. So it was kind of weird during one of our seances when we got that.
We're talking to John Marc Carr. He's the guy who runs the Fire and Safety Museum in the historic firehouse. That's also a ghost hunter and founded the Southeast Florida Ghost Research. Now, John, I want to ask you, because I can't help but think about Ghostbusters, the movie, of course, and they were in a firehouse too. So is there any correlation between firehouses in general and ghosts?
Well, yeah, there is, but I don't run the fire station on the Fire and Safety Museum. That's done by Mr. Bagwell that's over there, and he runs a really good fire and safety museum over there. But when it comes to firemen, their dedication is really, really strong. And what happens is that we're finding that sometimes police officers, firemen, people who have who really need to show up for work every day and stuff, even in the afterlife, sometimes will show up to work. And Robert is one of those. He thinks that he's supposed to be still working at that fire station, even though all the firemen have come and gone already. They're gone out of there. They've gone to a bigger fire station. If you go to this fire station, it's kind of small. It's not like the regular fire station. So when they graduated, they made it into the Fire Safety Museum, teaching our children how to stay safe when a fire happens inside their house or in a business or outside anywhere. So I think that's very, very important. And in this event, at least we'll be able to make money for the Fire and Safety Museum and help out the firemen over there.
Well, it sounds like a really fun thing. Of course, a good cause for the money as well. And tell me again where, when, and the times.
Well, it's the ghost tour is, well, I'm sorry, the events are going to be happening on the 28th and 29th, and the ghost tour hours are at 7, 8, and 9, and they're at 45 minutes apiece, and the donation price is $15. Now, the ghost hunt and seance hours is from 10 p.m. to 1 p.m., and the donation price on that is $45 per person. And all that, and that will help with the operating cost of the museum also. Now, if you want to prepay for your tickets, all you have to do is go to S as in South, E as in East, F as in Florida, G as in Ghost, R as in Research.com. I'm sorry, and go to the events area, or you can go to sefgr.info, and that's our events page, and you can click on to tickets and buy your tickets by PayPal. This assures you your spot in the ghost hunt and seance part. So you can go to the event and you can pay cash on going to the event also, but we want to make sure that you're not disappointed. So if you want to prepay for it, you can prepay for it on the PayPal over there.
Thank you so much, John Marc Carr, and look forward to hearing more ghost stories from you too.
Well, you're not going to send a squirrel after me anymore, are you?
There's one already there.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let me go. Got to take them away.
Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
bye-bye.
Thank you very much.